That I am going to start is virtualization in cloud computing, and this is topic of subject cloud computing for business. The subject code is KMBIT-03. So these are some references that you may refer for further study about virtualization. Like first is your textbook, second is your reference book, and these are some good blogs about the topic virtualization. Okay. So first we will discuss what is virtualization, and it's after that we will discuss one by one about the types of virtualization. Okay, so what is virtualization? Virtualization is an environment that is created by this cloud enabled environment. Okay, so what is virtualization? It refers to the act of creating a virtual version of something, including virtual computer hardware platforms, storage devices, and computer network resources. Okay, like earlier we were using this physical database, maintaining physical database in our premises of our company. Okay, but nowadays we have moved it to a remote place. Okay, so that is basically virtualization of all hardware related requirement, or all storage related requirement, all or computer network related requirements. So all we have shifted in virtual world basically. Okay, so some other person is managing on behalf of us. Okay, so that is basically the virtualization. So virtualization is the process of running a virtual instance of a computer system in a layer abstracted from the actual hardware. So most commonly it refers to running multiple operating system on a computer system simultaneously. Like we may run Windows as well as Linux in one system. So that is also possible, just implementing this type of technique, that is virtualization basically. Okay. So if you talk about the types of virtualization, so there are these 7 types of virtualization over there in cloud enabled environment. Like hardware virtualization is there, network virtualization is there, storage virtualization is there, memory virtualization is there, software virtualization is there, data virtualization is there, and desktop virtualization is there. Okay, so if you talk about this hardware virtualization, so there are 3 types of classifications of hardware virtualization. Like if you talk about full virtualization, partial virtualization, and para virtualization, and in full there are 2 categories: bare metal and hosted. Okay, similarly in case of this network virtualization, there are 2 categories. First is internal network virtualization, and second is external network virtualization. Okay, similarly in case of this storage virtualization, so there are 2 categories: block virtualization and file virtualization. Okay, similarly in case of this memory, so there are 2 types of virtualization: application level integration and OS level integration. OS is what? Operating system. Okay, next is this software based virtualization or software virtualization. So there are 3 categories: operating system level virtualization is there, application level virtualization is there, and service virtualization is there. Okay, next is database. So what is database? Basically it is having only one category, that is basically database. You may access multiple database, so like publication related database or financial analysis related database. So all those database are providing this virtual atmosphere. Okay, you may search other authors research paper in this Google Scholar. So what is basically Google Scholar is a database virtualization. Basically they are providing a database of various numerous paper in different sectors. Okay, and you can get access any time whenever you require it. Okay, so that is basically database virtualization or data virtualization, simply data virtualization. Okay, next is this desktop virtualization. So there are virtual desktop infrastructure and hosted virtual desktop. So these are 2 types of virtualization that are existed in terms of this desktop virtualization. Okay, so we will discuss one by one, like what is hardware virtualization, what is network virtualization, what is storage, memory, software, data, and desktop virtualization. Okay, so what is hardware virtualization? It is most common type of virtualization, and it provides advantages like optimum hardware utilization and application uptime. Okay, so the basic idea is to combine many small physical server into one large physical server so that the processor can be used more effectively. Like earlier, we use data center to maintain data center in our premises, but nowadays we are accessing our data center remotely. So that is basically hardware virtualization. Okay, means all the frame elements or memory elements or storage elements we have moved to the remote area. Okay, so the operating system that is running on physical server gets converted into a well defined OS operating system that runs on the virtual machine. Okay, so hardware virtualization is evolving very quickly and it is gaining popularity in server platforms. Okay, the basic logic behind hardware virtualization is to integrate many small services into a large physical servers. Okay, so that it can use more effectively and providing the service efficiently. Means to ensure the effectiveness and efficiency, we are now running a larger data center in place of maintaining or managing small data centers in different locations. Okay, so here the operating system which runs on physical server convert into an operating system which works inside the virtual machine. Okay, the operating system which is working on the machine consists of its own processor, memory, and various other components. Okay, so this is basically hardware virtualization. If you talk about the types of this hardware virtualization, so there are three types. Like this full virtualization is there, means in it the complete simulation of actual hardware takes place to allow software to run on unmodified guest OS. Means hardware is located in some remote place, and you may run that software. Okay, on an unmodified guest operating system. Means you can't modify the operating system. So that is basically the full virtualization. Okay, similarly, para virtualization is there. Means in this type of virtualization, software unmodified runs on modified operating system. Means you may run your software as per what type of operating system you need. You may modify it and use it. Okay, so that is para virtualization. And what is partial virtualization? In this type of hardware virtualization, the software may need modification to run. Okay, so that is means you need to modify your software basically. So that is basically partial virtualization. So if you talk about the examples of this hardware virtualization, so VMware ESXi is a hypervisor designed for hardware virtualization. Similarly, Microsoft Hyper 5 is a hypervisor designed for hardware virtualization on x86 architecture. And similarly, Xen is an open source hypervisor. So these are some examples of hardware virtualization. Okay. Next is software virtualization. What is software virtualization? Basically, you may use multiple operating system in one computer. So that is basically software virtualization. Means you may run any of the software in any of the operating system. So that is possible just because of this software virtualization. Like it provides the ability to main computer to run and create one or more virtual environments. Okay, and it is used to enable a complete computer system in order to allow a guest operating system to run. For instance, letting Linux to run as a guest that is natively running a Microsoft Windows OS. Means if in your system there is a Microsoft Windows operating system and you are running Linux over it. Okay, or vice versa, means running Windows as a guest on Linux. So that may be possible just because of adopting this software virtualization. So with the help of software virtualizations, it is easier to set new virtual servers, which benefit both the customers and the host. It also eliminates the workload of management as it can do virtually. Okay, so moreover, it helps to measure and monitor the usage and saves time. The decoupling process is done on the application from the operating system, which is one of the benefits. So it can be concluded that software virtualization provides numerous amount of benefits and saves time as well as money. Means basically, and it is subdivided into the following types: operating system, type of the software virtualization or application level, or based on this service offerings basis, okay, or service virtualization. So these three types of software virtualization is there. So what is operating system virtualization? In operating system virtualization, the hardware is used which consists of software on which different operating system work. Okay, so here the operating system does not interfere with each other so that each one of them works efficiently. Okay, next is application virtualization. So means you may run multiple application over there. So application virtualization is the technology encapsulated the computer program within the operating system, and it can say that the application virtualizations refer to running an application on a thin client. Okay, so this thin client run on an environment which is different from what referred to as encapsulating from the operating system, which is the location of it. Okay, so this is also their application virtualization, and last is this service virtualization is there. So in this service virtualization, the developer team can use the virtual servers rather than the physical ones. Okay, and it emulates the behavior of essential component which will be present in the final production environment. With the help of service virtualization, the complex application can go through testing much easier in the development process. Okay, so it can say that the service virtualization is a technique to simulate the behavior of some component in a mixture of component based application. Means suppose you want to run a service that you are not having in your premise. Okay, so you may run it in this virtual servers. Okay, and to get it tested, and after that you may work it in your atmosphere or your organization's atmosphere basically. So that is basically what service virtualization means. You are looking for running those service, means testing part basically. Okay, so here is an example, means working for software virtualization. So lot many templates are there, ready-made templates are there. Like nowadays we are using various templates of financial calculations. Okay, so you need to develop balance sheet. So there are ready-made template that can make balance sheet for you. Profit and loss account is there, and various ratios are there that you may use by using this ready-made templates. Okay, and similarly some types of analysis like ABC analysis is there, SWOT analysis is there. So such type of templates or ready-made templates are also there. Okay, similarly run multiple operating system. You can if you use this software virtualization, you can run multiple operating system in one machine. Okay, backup services are also there, and running a different version of applications are also there. So these are some of the advantages of adopting this software virtualization. Okay, next is this memory virtualization. So what is this? It introduces a way to decouple memory from the server and provide a shared distributed and network function. And it enhances performance by providing greater memory capacity without any addition in the main memory. So that's why a portion of the disk drive servers as an extension of the memory. So nowadays, we are seeing some of the mobile phones are there that are offering cloud based storage over there. Okay, or some Google is also providing you cloud enabled storage. So that is basically this memory virtualization. Okay, so application level integration is there, means implementation part. If you talk about implementation parts, the application running on connected computers directly connect to the memory pool through an API. API is what? Application program interface or the file system, means virtual memory pool is there, where as per your requirement, you are a provider or you are assigned with this virtual memory pool, and you can easily access or get multiple applications over there. Okay, there are multiple contributors over there, and there are multiple applications are there. Like I have told you that an application is there in this intranet enabled environment. Few of the people have decided that we should share our memory with each other. Okay, like Apex DC++ or some servers are there, and you are maintaining it, managing it, and sharing your one of that drive. Okay, and you may share any file or any document by using this type of means sharing. So that is basically application level integration. Means you have created a virtualized memory pool for lot many contributors as well as to access lot many applications over there. Okay. Similarly, operating system level integrations are also there. Means the operating system first connect to the memory pool. Means you may freely, you do not need to have such operating system. Okay, and multiple contributor can access multiple applications over there by using such type of system. So that is basically memory virtualization. Means you have first created a virtualized memory pool, and after that virtualized operating system, and after that you may access multiple applications by multiple contributors. Okay, so the operating system first connect to the memory pool and make that pooled memory available to the applications. Okay, so that is basically operating system level integration is there in this in terms of memory virtualization. Okay, next is this storage virtualization. So in this type of virtualization, multiple network storage resources are present as a single storage device for easier and more efficient management of these resources. It provides various advantages as follows. Like, what are the advantages? Improved storage management in a heterogeneous IT environment, easy updates, better availability. Like what is storage virtualization? Means once you have stored something, okay, and after that next time when you have taken backup, so all those duplicate file have been replaced with this new file. Okay, so easy updates are there, better availability are there, reduced downtime are there, like WhatsApp, Facebook, all these apps are updating your data over cloud. Okay, so what is that? Basically storage virtualization, better storage utilization, automated management services are there. Storage virtualization, cloud computing is nothing but sharing of physical storage into multiple storage devices, which further appears to be single storage device. Okay, it can be also called a group of an available storage device which simply manages from a central console. So this virtualization provides numerous benefits such as easy backup, achieving, okay, archiving hoga. It would be archiving and recovery of data. Okay, it would be not achieving. It would be archiving. Okay. So this is basically storage virtualization. Now next is this data virtualization. As I have told earlier, lot many databases services are there. Okay, and you may access those databases like Elsevier databases there, Emerald databases there, and many more databases, Science Direct. Okay, and many more databases are there, and from where you can access a lot many data or a lot many research paper over there. So that is basically works under this category, data virtualization. So without any technical detail, you can easily manipulate data and know how it is formatted or where it is physically located. So it decreases the data errors and workload. Means there is no redundancy or duplication in that data. So that is basically data virtualization. Now, the last is this network virtualization. So it refers to the management and monitoring of computer networks as a single managerial entity from a single software-based administrator console, and it is intended to allow network optimization of data transfer rates, scalability, reliability, flexibility, and security. So it also automates many network administrative tasks. Network utilization is specifically used for networks that experience a huge, rapid, and unpredictable traffic increase. What is network virtualization? A lot many companies are working in this field also, in this type of virtualization also. Okay, and most of the people are nowadays managing their network virtually. Okay, they are working from home and they are getting access to their network, identifying the bugs or errors over there, and resolving it from home and correcting it from home. So all these are possible just because of adopting this network virtualization basically. Okay, next is this desktop virtualization. What is this? It provides work convenience and security Okay, as one can access remotely, you are able to work from any location and on any PC. Okay, it provides a lot of flexibility for employees to work from home or on the go. It also protects confidential data from being lost and stolen by keeping it safe on central server. Means all the data has been maintained here, this in virtual desktop cloud, and you may access through multiple devices like thin clients and desktop PCs are there, tablets and mobile phones are there, all laptops are there, and you can access means as I have told earlier that in future you will not have any type of storage in your device, but all the storage would be in virtual environment. Okay, so that is basically this desktop virtualization means you may get access any data of your computer from remotely, okay, from having or maintaining it remotely. So that is basically the desktop virtualization. So this is all about the basic types of what is virtualization concept and what are the various types of virtualization. Okay, so for further study you may refer following blocks. Okay, and if you have any query or doubt you may ask.